we're going to make a carousel like this one using Canva's new Video 2.0 editor. If you want to see how it's made using the old editor, if you're still using the old editor, there is a video from a couple of years ago. I will put a link. If you want to find out how to turn the new editor on and off, you go to your settings and scroll all the way down, and there's a little toggle here. So you, for the purposes of this video, I've turned it on to have the multi-track video editor. It is still in beta. Occasionally it has hiccups. So let's do this in a vertical format because why not? So we're going to choose Instagram Reel. Now, the thing with the new Canva video editor is that you can't force it to pop up like you could before. So before you could start with a static type image like an Instagram post, and then you could chain them, and then you could force the video editing stuff to pop up. But now you can't. You have to start with a video type document. And the video type document that we started with is an Instagram Reel. If you're new here, this is Canva Tips for Authors. I'm Jeevani Charika. I'm an author who taught myself how to use Canva, and now I'm passing that knowledge on to you. If you would like to talk to other authors about how we use Canva and get feedback on your designs, come and join the Facebook group. The link is in the description. And if you would like some free stuff, sign up for the newsletter. Video editor, you've got the picture bit that you're messing around with here, and down here is where you drag and drop your media. So what we're going to do is we're going to add media, and we're going to add a blank one. Okay. And then we're going to do some editing. Let's give it some background color. Look up texture paper, and then we're going to find a texture that we like. Some of them are free, some of them are pro. You've got a lot more choice. Anything with a crown is pro. You've got a lot more choice if you have Canva Pro. If you want to try Canva Pro free for 30 days, there is a link in the description. Right, let's just use this one, which I used earlier. Now, when you click on it, this happens. It just opens a new file. I don't know why. So what we're going to do is we're going to detach the image, and then we're going to copy and paste it onto here. There. And then delete that. Right. We're going to turn it around so that it covers the whole image. And then we're going to take the transparency right down so that it's just subtle. There we go. That looks quite nice. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add another page. Okay, this, let's see, duplicate. That would work. Let's do that. Let's go with that. And we're going to make 6 of these pages. So 1, 2, 3, Control D4, Control D5, Control D6. Okay. And then we are going to take them down to something like 2 seconds. Okay. What we're actually going to do is we're going to make this 1 second. Make this 1 second. All right, you could be 1.2 seconds if you really want to. It's quite difficult. Now, if you want a bit more control here, so if this is happening where you can't get close enough to get it exactly right, you can actually make this bigger. You can make this timeline expand. So you go down to here, you go to zoom timeline, which is the zoom thumbnails down there, and then you stretch it out, which means that when you go back in now, it's easier to get it to set to 1 second exactly. Right, we're going to take our texture and we're going to spread it so that it goes across all of our frames. Okay. Then we're going to we're going to go to elements again, and we are going to go to frames. And we're going to look at devices, and we're going to get an iPad. Okay. Then we're going to duplicate that. And again, nope, duplicate that. And we're going to make it slightly smaller. So that's going to go slightly behind there. We're going to duplicate that and put that there. And Then we're going to copy it again, and we're going to make it much smaller. And that's got to go maybe there. And we're going to duplicate that and put that there. Now this has all got to be roughly symmetrical. Is that roughly symmetrical? That is. Okay. Now the fiddly bit, we've got to make this one come to the front. So we're going to go to Position, Layers. See, that's the one that we've got selected. So that one comes to the front. Okay. That one is next. And that one, the two larger ones, have to come next. And the tiny ones have to be at the back. Okay. I think that looks okay. Right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to group them all. Select them all and right click and group wherever they've got. There we go, group. Okay. So now we've got this group and we're going to move the group over here. And we're going to make the group 1 second long. Then we're going to select it and we're going to duplicate it. And we're going to move it. We're going to move it to here, to the new one. Right, but what we're going to do is we're going to make it slightly overlap the old one. Have these become too... Oh, they haven't. Okay, good, good. Let me just check the timings. I just checked the timings on the... Just check the timings on the test one that I did, and it is 1.8 seconds. So this needs to be 0.9. This needs to be 1.8. It helps to get it right the first time, otherwise fiddling with it is really, really hard. Okay. And then we get the texture to come back to snap to that. Okay. Right, so this is 1 second long. 0.9 seconds. Okay, and this one has to overlap slightly and then go to the end of this. And then we're going to duplicate that again. And that one, let's do again, overlap slightly and go to the end of this. Yes. And do that again. Overlap slightly. Check that it goes to the end of this. Yes. Okay. And then once this is filled, we'll duplicate that and put it back here. Okay. Now then, one of the things that happens when you duplicate them and move them is that they shift slightly. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this, find the crosshairs, align it properly, and align it to the edge here. Same with this one. Right. Slight overlap on all of them. Good, good. Right, now we're going to find our book covers and we're going to put them in. So to get your book covers in, if you accidentally click that, just click that again and it'll go away. You go to uploads and then you search for your book cover. So how can I resist you is my latest. So I'm going to find it. The reason I can find it with this cryptic name is because I have added it to the title. Okay. So we're going to drag it and drop it into the first frame. Now, if you accidentally put it in the wrong frame, what you do is you right click on the frame and then you click detach image and the image pops out. So let's put it back in again. Okay. So right. So in the first slide, it's in frame number 1. So let's call these 1. Let's have a look. It needs to drop it in. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So in the next slide, you want it to be in frame number 2. In the next slide, it needs to be in frame number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right. The first one is the hardest one to do, so right, let's have a look. Frame number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now we get the next book cover. We get the next book cover, and we go back to frame number 1. And we drag this into the second frame. There we go. So it is always one behind How Can I Resist You? So let's go put the winner bakes it all there. And there. And there. So it's following the other one round. Right. I'm going to go and do that with all of the others, and I will be right back. Fiddled about with the timings a little bit, you should be able to get the rotation to be, or get the animation to be a bit smoother. I'm going to add a shadow, search elements, shadow, and I need a rectangle shadow, which I don't think there's a free one. So I'm going to use this one, which is a pro one, and I'm going to add it there. It needs to be right at the bottom of these things, and I'm going to extend it to there, so it should become its own thing. Right, okay. I just thought it might be quite nice to have a bit of shadow there to give it a little bit of... And let's just take the transparency down a bit. Just probably make this go to a bit lower. There. Let's just check it hasn't spread all the way past its boundaries. No, it hasn't. Right. Let's have a look. Okay, well, it's not as smooth as it was previously, but it'll do. And you can set it to play on loop. And so you'll get this rotating carousel effect. And what you can do is you can save it as an MP4 and then just put it on your website or something, and it should play on repeat. If you found this useful, tell all your friends, and I'll see you in the next video.